of lost and destroyed property. Wanjiku Wanjiru, KTN News, Nairobi.
As the National Council for People with Disabilities marks its 20th anniversary, poverty has been identified as a major cause of disability. As KTN's Chebet Birir now reports, poverty-stricken people inhabit and work in unsafe environments, which leads to injuries that lead to these disabilities.
In many parts of third world countries, people living with disabilities or PWDs face unjustifiable discrimination. Many are increasingly excluded from employment opportunities, skill development and training, education and healthcare services, among other key areas of socio-economic development. In most cases, potential employers remain hesitant to hire PWDs because such arrangements may require the adaptation of their workspaces to accommodate them, an undertaking that many companies are not keen on.
Patanga maybe umeenda kwa maybe department fulani mwenye huko hana challenge, so ha understand vizuri. So ukifika lieti mweleza ndio afike ku understand inakuwa ngumu.
Initially tuna changamoto ya hela kwa kazi, funds ni kidogo, mahitaji ni mingi sana kwa mlemavu. Wako wanatukumbuka.
According to a report by the National Council for People Living with Disabilities, less than 50% of institutions have availed information in accessible formats, including audio, large print, and braille.
Barriers to do with built environment, barriers to do with access to information and communication, barriers to do with attitudinal barriers, how we can correct, so that when you see someone with disability, we have already set up ourselves in a manner that you don't see him or her as a different than you.
Disability inclusion in public institutions is not only a constitutional requirement, but also a fundamental and a critical component of a just and equitable society. Kenya has adopted inclusive policies and laws to address historical exclusion and marginalization of persons living with disability from society, including the public sector. Despite these successes, there is still more to be done to balance the inequalities in the quality of life of Africans living with disabilities. Chebet Birir, KTN News, Nairobi.
Former Chief Justice Willie Mutunga has lauded the role and power of grassroots